Robert Burton. Robert Burton was an English writer and Oxford University Fellow, renowned for his extensive work, The Anatomy of Melancholy. Born to an affluent family in 1577, Burton attended grammar schools and joined Oxford's Brasenose College in 1593, matriculating at just 15. His education extended due to melancholy and transferring to Christ Church. Obtaining MA and BD degrees, Burton became a qualified tutor by 1607. He pursued literary interest at Oxford, writing Latin poems and a play criticized by King James I. His remaining play, Philosophaster, is an academic satire noted for its significance in university drama history. Burton's magnum opus, The Anatomy of Melancholy, published in 1621 and reprinted 5 times with his additions, stands as his paramount achievement. The work, extensive and complex, aimed to ease his melancholy and aid others. The final version exceeded 500,000 words, filled with quotations from classical and contemporary sources, reflecting a lifetime of erudition. The Anatomy of Melancholy. The Anatomy of Melancholy, authored by Robert Burton, was initially published in 1621 and underwent 5 subsequent editions in the following 17 years, marked by significant changes and expansions. Burton defined the subject as 2 forms of melancholy: transient and inherent. Transient melancholy arises from various sources of sorrow, sickness, fear, or any mental disturbance causing distress. Inherent melancholy, the main focus of the book, is a fixed and deep seated condition growing over time and resistant to removal. Burton's exploration encompassed various sciences, including psychology, physiology, astronomy, meteorology, theology, and even astrology and demonology. The book extensively quotes ancient and medieval medical authorities, starting with Hippocrates, Aristotle, and Galen. It abounds with references to the works of others, often in Latin. Latin poetry is interwoven, and ancient sources are sometimes left untranslated. The Anatomy of Melancholy is exceptionally lengthy, with the first edition nearly 900 pages long. It is divided into 3 major sections: causes and symptoms of common melancholy, cures for melancholy, and complex esoteric forms of melancholy. The work opens with an author's note, a Latin poem, a warning, and an abstract. Each section is equally exhaustive, exploring diverse aspects of melancholy. The book concludes with an extensive index, often appreciated by readers. Modern editions include explanatory notes and translations of Latin passages. Nicholas Breton. Nicholas Breton was a prolific English writer known for his religious and pastoral poems, satires, dialogues, and essays. Breton excelled in satire, particularly showcased in his pastoral poetry. His work, Passionate Shepherd, published 1604, radiates cheerfulness and natural beauty. The third pastoral within it, known for the lines, "Who can live in heart so glad as the merry country lad," remains renowned. Notable poems like the lullaby "Come Little Babe, Come Lily Soul" are attributed to him, although some are from the arbor of amorous devices. Many of these are included in A. H. Bullen's Lyrics from Elizabethan Romances, published 1890. Breton's keen observations of rural life are also evident in his prose idyll, Wit's Trengnor, a dialogue between a scholar and an angler. His fantastiques offer glimpses into customs through short prose descriptions of months, Christian festivals, and hours. These reflect the era's lifestyle. Breton's works, though scarce, are of high bibliographical importance. A. B. Grossart compiled them, except for privately owned pieces, in the Chertsey Worthies Library, complete with an introduction chronicling the poet's history. Breton, a versatile and gifted writer admired by contemporaries, faced obscurity in later generations. His repertoire includes religious and pastoral poems, satires, and various prose tracts. While his religious poems can be overly fluent and sweet, they convey a devout and sincere spirit. His lyrics are fresh and pure, while his romances, though conceit-laden, remain pleasant and devoid of vulgarity. His references to the Virgin and Mary Magdalene suggest Roman Catholicism, but his prose writings clearly affirm his strong Anglican stance. Joseph Hall. Joseph Hall, an English bishop, moral philosopher, and satirist, displayed exceptional literary versatility and innovation. Hall's Virgide Mearum, 6 books, A Harvest of Blows, marked the first successful English satire modelled after Latin satire. His couplets foreshadowed John Dryden's satiric heroic couplets. He introduced Theophrastus's style to English literature with Characters of Virtues and Vices, published 1608. Hall's moral philosophy gained European recognition for Christianizing Stoicism. During the English Civil War's onset, Joseph Hall engaged in the Anglican Puritan literary conflict. John Milton critiqued his work, but Hall advocated Christian unity amidst the strife. Awarded the bishopric of Norwich in 1641, he faced imprisonment by an anti-Episcopalian House of Commons. He continued promoting tolerance. Despite being deprived of revenues and ejected from his palace in 1643, he persevered, retiring to Higham. Thomas Overbury. Sir Thomas Overbury was an English poet and essayist known for his tragic fate involving a scandalous murder trial. His poem, A Wife, emphasizing virtues young men should seek in women, played a crucial role in the events leading to his murder. Overbury became entangled in a complex love affair when his friend Rochester fell for Frances Howard, married to the Earl of Essex. Overbury aimed to dissuade Rochester from marrying her to preserve his influence. His work, A Wife, circulated, indirectly attacking Lady Essex or Frances Howard. Powerful relatives sought to remove Overbury through diplomatic missions, leading to his imprisonment for treason in the Tower of London. Despite being jailed, he was sacrificed for Rochester's marriage plans. Overbury was clandestinely poisoned. 3 months later, Rochester, now Earl of Somerset, married Lady Essex. After public suspicion grew, investigations commenced, leading to the trial of Overbury's murderers. 4 were executed. A Wife saw multiple editions in 1614, driven by publicity surrounding Overbury's death. Notably, the work's value lies in the characters, vivid portraits of Jacobean society, and pivotal in essay development. While some were by Overbury, contributions from John Webster, Thomas Dekker, and John Donne enriched the collection. John Earle. John Earle, an Anglican clergyman, is renowned for his work Microcosmography. His literary brilliance, displayed in characters like a child, good old man, and grave divine, resonates with humor and insight. Despite his royalist Anglican stance, he aimed to reconcile nonconformists. As a student and fellow at the University of Oxford, Earle engaged in occasional verse and tutored prominent figures such as Lucius Carey and future King Charles II. He faced exile during 1644 to 1660, during which he translated Icon Basilike and published alongside Richard Hooker's Of the Laws of Ecclesiastical Polity. Following the Restoration, he served as Bishop of Worcester and Salisbury.